You know, I saw you working with Butch Reed last night. Always
I love
was a
him.
fan of his work. Always wanted to work with Butch Reed. He seems like a pro.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
And if you watch that match, I got to go back. There was a 3-hour taping in Continental Wrestling out of Birmingham, Alabama. The first hour I was on is when I wrestled Abdullah the Butcher. Okay. Again, old school, stiff, hard. You can't take it. You shouldn't be in the ring. Okay. So he started off the match and hit me with I don't know what belt he had, North American title or something. He didn't block it or hit it and smacked me with a plate right in the head. Boom. And I didn't even know he was coming. Gary Hart was his manager. So he beat me down, threw me outside the ring. Okay, now I'm right up against the rail. And you only got maybe 10 feet from the edge of the ring, to the guardrail, to the fans. So he went out of the ring and got out a kendo stick, whipped me like a dog. I mean, not hitting the mat, not blocking it, whipping me like a dog. So then he got me back in the ring and stood on me with one foot on my neck and one on my chest. They'll take a little bit of weight off leaning on the ropes. Not him. 400 pounds, And then at the end of the match, he gives the elbow or the flying lat, as we called it, because he had this much skin. So I go back in the locker room again. Thank you for the match. He says, "You okay?" I says, "Yeah, he's fine." He opened the door, but I said, "But you beat me to death with that kendo stick." He's smoking a cigar, very well-spoken guy. You'd think a college graduate. Sitting up there, he says, "It's good for the business." That was all. Now, that bugged me for years. Why would he say something like that? But it's true. When you are that close to a fan, you don't miss a punch,
right,
or a kick or anything else. If you're going to hit somebody, you're going to hit them. If you got a chair shot back in them days, you got that chair coming on top of your head, not across the back like these little sissies today. But that was, so I thought about that. And when you're that close, you don't want to give the non-believers a reason to non-believe more. Make them go away thinking, wow, that he looked like he really hit them, rather than, he missed them by a mile. So that's part of why they call wrestling, that's part of what they call working. There are wrestlers, there are workers, okay? Workers mean you work the match, you work the crowd, you work whatever you're selling. You work it. That is your job, But that was old school too. You always work it. So anytime we got out of the ring close to the fans, you're going to get slobber knockered, as JR would say. So, but that was the best advice I ever got. It's good for the business. If they only held true to that today.
Yeah, true. What about the Road Warriors?
Great story. First time I worked them, obviously, I was scared to death.
Right.
I didn't know what these guys. I'd see them in the locker room, but you didn't talk to them or nothing, because the match is not going to be more than about 2 minutes. So I probably wrestled them 4 or 5 times total. So the first time I was in there, Animal beat me up a little bit, threw me out of the ring, got my partner, put him on his shoulders. Hawk comes off with it was over with. Again, didn't whine, didn't cry. Thank you for the match and everything. So I was in there against them a couple of weeks later, and again, they threw me out of the ring. Sent my partner. The thing was, because I wasn't a crybaby or nothing else, that was their way of showing respect. They never pinned me, never ever. The Iron Maiden would hit. They would hit the ring. He would grab me and throw me out, take the fall on my buddy. I wasn't in the ring 30 seconds, and I got a full payday, and all I had to do was get thrown out of the ring. I mean, it was great. So that was the Road Warriors. They showed respect. They got lighter. And I don't know if it was on purpose or whatever, but as time went on over a couple-year period, at first, I don't think they knew that stuff was fake. Man, they'd slam you like this. It's like a tree trunk hitting you across the back or whatever. You know? They didn't mean to hurt you. That's how they were. Then they learned to kind of lighten up a little bit, I guess. But as far as I know, the Road Warriors, throw me out, baby. Pin me, pay me. That was what it was.
There you go.
But yeah, wonderful guys, both of them. You know, never took advantage, never had a bad word to say. Went in there strictly business. But great guys.
Let's talk about your upcoming figure.
My figure, brother. Well, like I said, my whole career, I wore turquoise boots, pads, trunks, black velvet sequin robe with lined with turquoise. My whole career. So I get a call not too long ago. Shane Martin, and he says, you know, I'm doing these figures. Now, you know, there's always somebody trying to make a buck off you.
Right.
So I'm very, very, very hesitant. Well, you know, I'm doing Reno riggins and I do this and I'm just doing enhancement, guys. And I said, well, that's really nice because nobody pays attention to us enhancement guys.
Right.
So he, you know, we talked back and forth and stuff. And I think, yeah, this guy's just bullshit me, whatever, you know. And then he contact me every day, every other day. Oh, we're doing this, I'm getting this, and the graphic doing this and doing that, and sent me this like picture that didn't look real right, you know. So I said, well, can you do this, 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 and this? And he did. And he sent it back to me, and it's got the RH up here on the collar, and it's got the robe in there, and it's got the turquoise, which it didn't have before. So it's in production now. I'm not sure when it's going to be out. He's taking pre-orders right now. I'm assuming it's going to be out about the 1st of June. But it's just to me, it's about 5 inches tall. It's hand painted. Uh-oh.
Brother, Randy Mania is running
What are you doing,
wild.
brother?
The whole room's falling apart. Oh man, we're keeping that in.
Wow. That was scary there.
Oh man.
I got beat up by most of those guys.
Yeah, me too. It might happen again, but we'll leave it up. The pre-sale is until March 21st. That's when the pre-sale is until for the figure. March 21st is
okay.
You have until then to order.
Go ahead, you know more than I do, brother.
Yes, you can go to. Let me take it from here, Randy. You can go to Insane Shane's World on Facebook. That's the Facebook group. Make sure you join it. You'll have all the information on all the figures. Insane Shane's World. If you want to order the figure, it's Sham the Man. That's SHAMTHEMAN 73 @gmail.com. So again, go to the Facebook, join Insane Shane's World group. All the figures coming out, you know, all the information. And the email address again is Sham the Man, SHAMTHEMAN, the number 7, the number 3 @gmail.com to order your Randy Hogan figure. Pre-orders until March 21st. How'd I do?
That was good, man. I bet you cut a hell of a promo back in the day, huh?